What's going on, guys? Andrew Piluk Hockey here, back again with another video. Still not feeling the greatest, so I do appreciate you guys even clicking on this video. It's going to be fun to start these 2023-2024 player previews, and I'm starting with Max Domi. So if you are new here and you're ready for a season of the Leafs hockey, make sure to like this video and subscribe. Join the squad. I'd love to have you guys here. I talk Leafs all the time, every day, 24/7, and I'm trying to film as many videos as I can to entertain you guys as long as possible. Trying to make this my full-time gig, as I've mentioned before. There's a special announcement inside of this video, so make sure to stick around for that. I've been preparing this for quite some time, but as you can see, we are going to be talking about Max Domi. So this is a very exciting player coming into the 2023-2024 season for the Maple Leafs, as, of course, there's family ties to this organization, no pun intended. Ty Domi, God, what a menace this guy was in the NHL, fighting guys like Donald Brashear and Bob Probert. Jesus, I still can't speak. Sorry, guys, I'm still trying to get over this. Whatever sickness I'm dealing with right now, I do appreciate the patience and the kind comments in the previous video. But as I was saying, Domi was a menace, and he would just fight everybody. And, he put a few points here and there. But now his son, Max, has finally come home to the Toronto Maple Leafs, and he signed a one-year deal at $3 million. And I think a lot of people were surprised that he was finally going to come home. But I think that a lot of people were surprised that it was a one-year deal for that $3 million cap hit, as his previous cap hit was also $3 million. I believe he signed that deal. He didn't sign it with Dallas. I think he signed it. Who did he sign it with? Kyle Davidson, correct. He was with the Chicago Blackhawks before, but he didn't take any sort of raise. The only thing he's got on this deal that's different from his previous one is that he's got the modified no trade clause. So he'll have a little bit of a list here. He's got a 10-team no trade list. And of course, that's courtesy of Cap Friendly, this website here. I'm excited for this player. I mean, he's a guy that brings energy. You know, he shoves a glove in the face here and there. He's a bit of a pest, but he brings a different style of play to the Maple Leafs that we haven't seen in quite some time. Now, a lot of people might go directly to Michael Bunting, but I think Domi does it a little bit differently because his playmaking skills are better than Bunting's. I think he controls the puck a little bit better than Bunting, although I feel like maybe Bunting might be a better finisher. I think that kind of balances out, different ways that they play the game. But I'm just really excited for this player. I think that he can fit up and down the lineup, and that's something that we're going to discuss later in this video. But what I want to bring up immediately is his numbers. So again, we went over the AAV, $3 million this season for this team. But if we're looking at last year, when he came to Dallas, I think some people were disappointed with his regular season play. He had 7 points in 20 games played. He was a big addition because if you look at his numbers, he almost played in all 82 games. And then, of course, he went into the playoffs, and we'll get to that in a second. But 49 points in 60 games played. He had a 20-goal season. But just with Chicago, he had a little bit of, like a career resurgence. He found his game a little bit there in Chicago, even though it was only for 60 games. He felt comfortable. He looked a lot better. His playmaking came back. And then it kind of dropped off a little bit in Dallas. But if you look at his playoff numbers, he was dynamite. He had 13 points in 19 games played. He elevated his game. And as you can see, the previous time he was in the playoffs with the Carolina Hurricanes, 6 points in 14 games, not too shabby either. And then, in previous seasons, he had 3 points with the Montreal Canadiens in 10 games played. But you could see what happens when you put him on a team that can produce and plays in the playoffs a little bit differently. He was quite good. 13 points in 19 games. I think anybody would take that. He looked really, really good with Dallas, but he looked really good with Chicago as well. And I think that that's something that the Maple Leafs can be really excited about, because if Domi can find that game again and, continue that game, I should say, from last season, I think that we'll all be very, very happy. This is a guy that, again, the family ties with Domi, but just a guy that I think that Leaf fans will give all their support to and love endlessly just because of and because of the style of player he is. And maybe that elevates his own game. Maybe he feels that hometown support. Maybe he feels that energy from the crowd on a nightly basis, because he's going to get it here in Toronto, and that helps him improve his game. Taking a quick break to let you guys know about the sponsor of this video, Manscape. Hockey season is coming up, and we all know it's important to stay fresh and protected on and off the ice. And well, Manscaped is here to help us do that. I've got the Performance Package 4.0 with me. I've even got my travel bag, and it's perfect for the dressing room. Inside holds the Lawnmower 4.0 trimmer. It features a cutting-edge ceramic blade to help reduce accidents down there using its advanced skin-safe technology. It's also waterproof and has an LED spotlight for a more precise shave. Next up is a game changer, and that is the Weed Whacker Nose Hair Trimmer. The Weed Whacker is also waterproof and has proprietary skin-safe technology. That's going to help nicks, snags, and tugs in those delicate nose holes. You're also getting the Crop Preserver below the waist deodorant and Crop Reviver below the waist toner. And like I mentioned earlier, Manscaped threw in 2 free gifts with the Performance Package 4.0. That is the Boxers and the Shed Travel Bag. Get 20% off and free shipping with my code APH at manscaped.com. That's APH for 20% off and free shipping at manscaped.com. Now back to the video. Now, one thing that we need to talk about is the lineup, and I'm not by any means saying that this is the lineup. We're going to be specifically looking at Max here. So a lot of people are rumored to think that Bertuzzi is going to be on that first line, which I do agree with. I think he'll play there. Then the question becomes, where does a guy like Matthew Knies fit in? Where does Max Domi fit in? Because you can make an argument that Max Domi can start the beginning of the season on that second line left wing. But I think a lot of people want to see what Matthew Knies can do in that situation, which would then probably bump David Kampf up there and then have Domi on the wing. I don't know if the Leafs are comfortable having Domi at center. And I'm also not really sure what their configuration is going to be in terms of their lines. Again, this is just me throwing it around here, seeing what's going on. I'm not really sure what it could be like. But if you have a line of like Domi, Kampf, and Yarncrook, I'm not opposed to that. Unless you want to put Domi on the wing, put Robertson up, and then go with a Lafferty or something like that and just have like an insane, speedy, playmaking, fun line like that. But, you know, again, line matchups may not like this, but I think that throughout the season you might see Domi get an opportunity, especially maybe if a guy like Tyler Bertuzzi doesn't play the way that you're hoping, which, you know, we're really hoping that that's not the case. We hope he really plays well and accelerates his game to the next level. But you might see Domi get a chance up there. You know, you could see, I don't know why it's doing that. You could see him potentially playing on that second line. You could see him in that third line center role. You know, he'll probably never touch the fourth line. I really hope not. But what I'm trying to say here is that the Maple Leafs this year have options. They have guys that are interchangeable throughout different lines. And of course, I'm making this video way before training camp, so this could all change. But I think that this is a really good sign that the Leafs have guys that, you know, they can kind of plug and play and put them in different spots. But one thing that I really want Leaf fans to understand is that I think they're coming into this thinking Domi is just going to crash and bang and fight and throw his weight around. Max Domi actually doesn't throw as many hits as people think. He doesn't even average a hit a game. If you look at a guy like Austin Matthews, he actually averages more hits slightly than a guy like Max Domi, which you would think Domi would be hitting more than Austin Matthews. But Domi is not necessarily like his dad at all. He can play like that. He's more of a pest. And again, this is why I'm saying I'm wondering if the energy, the crowd, the whole atmosphere changes Domi plays a little bit, and the way that Domi plays a little bit, and it ends up putting him in a different spot, putting him in a different position where he's now a little bit more physical. And of course, with the guys like Bertuzzi and Reeves on the team now, maybe collectively these guys are like, we're just going to hit everything that moves. But I'm excited for him. And there's one thing that I wanted to do for every preview, and especially if this is a guy that's been in the NHL for a while. And the segment part of this video is going to be called Impress or Regress. Now, Are they going to get better, impress me this year, or are they going to regress? Are they going to fall down a little bit? I think Domi's going to impress. I think that this is a guy that's going to be better than he was last season. And I think, I'm going to get some people scratching their head. But I think all around, I think he's going to fit really well with this team. Again, like I said, he can play anywhere in the lineup. But there's a lot of skill and a lot of talent on this team. And we've seen what Domi has done in the past, even with his junior days, playing with Mitch Marner, with the London Knights. This is a guy that can really go. And I think that if you have a motivated Max Domi, a guy that can stay healthy, knock on wood, this is going to be a perfect fit. I think he's going to impress. I think another 20-goal season is incoming, and I think his numbers are going to go up. I think he's going to play really well. So let me know if you guys agree. And again, what player do you want to see next here on these player previews? I'm trying to do these almost daily. I haven't been feeling good. Like I said, even making this video is a little rough, but I'm trying, guys. If you're new here, like this video and subscribe. Use my code APH at manscape.com for 20% off and free shipping. Listen, I actually use it and it's good. So please do so. I'd really appreciate that. Like and subscribe. Like I said, join the squad. Thank you guys for watching, and hopefully I'll see you in the next video or stream. Max Domi, what do you guys think? Peace.